Joe! Joe の野郎。鬼姫が完全にぶっ潰しやがって。
Oh my god. Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consumes Cinema. I'm your host, Serious Carlos, and today we have Ashita no Joe, episode 75. So, had our little reunion, it was very nice and touching and all that. Learned that Nishi, injured his hand, he's pretty much done with boxing. It sometimes happens. I remember a fighter, MMA fighter, Igor Vovchanchin, who basically used to break his hands once or even more than that per year. The guy had a lot of power, hit really, really hard and just kept re-injuring it over and over and over again. He was a Ukrainian fighter, really, really good. But yeah, sometimes stuff like that happens, and it definitely is something that can end a fighter's career very easily. So it makes sense that he's getting out now while, he still has full function of the hand. If you just, keep on with it and break it multiple times again and again and again, you can lose, use of the hand, and then it's really not worth it. But I respect the fact that, he actually went through with this whole boxing thing, really pursued it. Kind of middling towards the beginning, but then he started to take it more and more seriously, and, he got better and better. So, honestly, mad respect for the guy. But yeah, other than that, I believe the episode ended with them all on the beach, having fun, their little reunion. And then Carlos and Yoko show up, not by happenstance or whatever. They totally planned that. And she gives him a ticket to his next fight against Hirajima. Now, the plan going into this is, he feigns weakness, they continue with the charade, and then, he cracks him at the end, gets him out of there, like the last round or whatever. I don't think he's going to be able to go through with the plan this time. I think Joe's going to be in attendance, and Carlos is going to see him there and get excited and, get amped up and then just destroy the guy, like, honestly. Hirajima, nothing against him, but he's not better than Joe. He's damn sure not better than Carlos. And yeah, he thinks bigger of himself than he actually is, and I'm going to enjoy watching Carlos smash his face in. But yeah, once he secures this victory against the number 2 in that division, it's basically title shot territory at that point. I think if he drops the charade and Tiger gets onto him, he may even duck him, like, honestly. More interesting than that, though, would be Joe comes back against, somebody and does really well. And then maybe we don't even go the title route with it. Maybe we just go Joe and Carlos right away. I personally think it would be better if there's a title on the line in addition to the fact that these two would finally be fighting, but it might be a little too much for Joe to, take a big leap back like that. Like, if he has his return fight, it's probably going to be against, like, a top 20 guy. And then, if he does well with that, slowly move up the ladder again. But who knows? I've seen title shots given on, less than that, so it could totally happen. But yeah, the only way to find out is just to find out, so let's get right to it. Sando bagni kao mega ake tatake 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 ashita wa Carlos, Magician of the Ring. Okay. Looking like it's summertime.
いよいよ今夜対決。原島自信たっぷり世界ランカー入りなるか。原島の絶対的自信は公開スパーリングにおいてパートナーの矢吹城がカーロスより優勢だったこと。勝って原島は矢吹城を倒している。
Yeah. His head's gonna get knocked off his shoulders. There's just no other way to say it. Quick reminder to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also consider signing up for my Patreon. For $1 per month, you get access to all my exclusive reactions, also a guaranteed movie request. With that, let's get right back to the reaction. Finish in round 4, is that what they were hinting at? There we go. Now let's see if I'm right.
Joe. Oh no! Don't stop! 足を使うんだ、Carlos!
やれやれ、対南郷戦で公開済みとはいえ、なんともまずいカーロスの攻撃ぶり。セコンドのロバートも深刻な表情です。
He looks calm. Any good fighter should be able to figure out something's wrong when you're connecting this much and the guy's not going down.
カーロスは一体どうやって本当の実力を見せずに原島を料理するのか。
カーロス全く手が出ません。ようやく3ラウンド終わったカーロス・リベラ、フラフラです。1、2、3ラウンド手数も出なければ足もない。これで世界6位とは驚きましたよ。
会長、この分じゃこの尾崎までお鉢が回ってきそうもありませんね。
さあれとどめで
Is he gonna do it at the end of the round like last time?
よし、今だ。
ゴー。
ようやったぞ。このラウンドも確実にお前のもんや。慎重さを忘れたら南郷の二の前やで。
Is delayed reaction on the knockout. It's gonna look like he passed out from exhaustion.
はい、セコンドアウト。おい、セコンドアウトだ。ああ、カーロス、ちょっと待て。
おいら何やってんだこのバキ野郎。もうゴングが鳴ったんだぞ。
That straight right elbow combination is pretty damn good.
原島のやつが足をちょっと、つまり足のふくらはぎに痙攣を起こしよりまして。
His corner's trying to buy him time for him to wake up.
とにかく試合開始のゴングが鳴ってもコーナーを出ない場合は規定によって試合放棄の TKO 負けとなるが。
Joe definitely saw it. I'm guessing Dankpei did too. He was right there.
見事だ。見事な大芝居だ。
Carlos, very, very lucky boy ね。おい、なんだこれ、どうなってんだ一体。バカ野郎。俺たち不安をなめるのも大概にしてくれ。
It's understandable that the crowd was pissed. He's still out.
原島龍が実は気を失うてましたなんて知れたら、それこそこっちは命取りや。
He's still not waking up? Oh, there we go.
一体どないしたんや。出し抜けにリングの上で昼寝とは。
4ラウンド終了間際のリベラのストレート。
ちょんときた一発からな。
そしてそこに気がついた会長さんがファンへの対面に原島の失神を下隠しにして他の口実をひねり出すことをカーロス・リベラは計算に入れていたってわけさ。カーロス・リベラという恐るべき男はな。
いつの間に。
原島の秘められた完全 KO は誰にも喋りゃしないよ。リベラ側にとっても幸運の自己勝ちってことにしておかないとよ。タイガー尾崎との対戦契約を取り決めるまでは具合が悪いらしいのでね。
確かに俺の血が体中で熱くざわめき始めたぜ。
That can only be a good thing. Oh yeah. Books. Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. Episode 75, really good one. So we got the fight between Hirajima and Carlos, and the charade continues. You know, they're playing it up like, you know, he's overmatched. He has no business basically being in the Japanese boxing scene, even though that's ridiculous. He's ranked number 6 in the world. But, you know, they can't seem to see through the mirage that they're looking at. 3 rounds straight where Hirajima is basically just wailing away at the guy and he can't put him down. That should raise red flags. Like, if I'm just teeing off on somebody and they're not showing any visible signs of damage, something's wrong. Either I have no power, or like they're playing possum. Like there really isn't a whole lot of in between there. Just something is off. The amount of times he was hitting him, how he was hitting him, where he was hitting him, he should have went down. So the fact that he didn't should, somebody should have taken note of that and been like, what the hell is going on? Why isn't he going down? But yeah, they continue to play their little charade for 3 rounds straight, and then 4th round is their plan to, spring the trap. And again, it's the same thing, the right straight into the elbow at the same exact time. He hit him with it at the very end of the round, and he was kind of like stunned. It was like a delayed reaction, but he makes it back to his corner and then like passes out. And that can happen. It's pretty weird, but he basically hit him with a 1-2, and the point of the elbow is really, really hard too. So the right straight, which had a lot of pop on it, and then the elbow right to the jaw, it could do that. It's kind of weird and not very likely, but it can do something like that. So Harajume's corner is like, oh god, our fighter passed out when he was winning the fight. Like, we got to hide this from people. So he makes up this excuse about a leg cramp and, tells the ref that, he can't speak because he's in so much pain or whatever, and they call the fight technically a TKO by forfeit, and Carlos is the winner. The crowd is pissed off, understandably, but then they take him back to the locker room, and he's still passed out even after all that. They throw some water on him, finally get him to wake up, and that's when Joe, comes in and says, you fell for Carlos's trap, this was all a part of his plan, and, that punch that he hit him with at the end wasn't just a punch, it was also an elbow, and that's what did him in. Carlos is obviously much better than he's letting on, and, basically says he'll keep their secret because they don't want to reveal that, their fighter lost a fight the way he did. It's kind of embarrassing, and it would jeopardize his #1 ranked spot. Here, they have an excuse, and they can kind of build back up, but if they reveal the truth, then they're kind of screwed, so Joe lets them know what happened and then says he's going to keep their secret because it's part of Carlos's plan to go into his fight against, Tiger Ozaki for the title, keeping this charade in play. So one more where, something weird's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to do the exact same trick again. They've done the same thing twice in a row now, so you would assume they would have to do something different because otherwise people will catch on. Here's the thing. There's enough knowledgeable people in the arena. Like, if Joe saw it, Dangpei definitely saw it. There's some others that should have seen it too. We got a little bit from Tiger, who was in attendance, and his, corner man was there too, but nothing from the reaction to it, so we don't know if they're in on the game or if they're just oblivious like everybody else seems to be. But yeah, really good episode, and I'm expecting either next episode is Joe's first fight back or, the title fight between Tiger and Carlos. Either way, should be really good, and yeah, I'm probably going to get to that right now, so as always, thanks for watching, and peace.